Musketeer Coach's show is right here on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS. It's brought to you by Bob Rose Point After, Knife River, and Sioux City Ford. With me is the head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers. That is Luke Strand. We're talking all things Musketeer hockey and sitting with 38 games played right now. So that's, 24 games remaining. Sioux City is 19-13, 5-1. That is good for 44 points. They're actually tied with Fargo with 44. Tri-City in first at 60. Waterloo at 56. Des Moines 52. Sioux Falls 52. That's where it sits. On the other side, it's Muskegon. One of their opponents this last weekend has 59 points. Then it's Chicago at 51. That's who Sioux City plays on Saturday. Youngstown and Cedar Rapids. You look at Dubuque, and the sixth team is a tie with Central Illinois and Team USA. But we get into it right now. The Musketeers, they started on Friday against the Muskegon Lumberjacks, and just two guys back in the lineup. You look at Vidoli and Brink, and the energy that you just saw in that game was crazy different.
Yeah, I think the puck play obviously was impressive for sure. I thought the idea that it gave us major balance about our lineup for sure. At the same time, we had possession. Like that game stat wise for us as a staff was the best game we've played all year.
I mean, just
32 chances to 20, 12-6 special teams, 20-14 even. Hit like 8 of our 10 objectives we hit.
Very strong physical game.
That was okay, though.
That was good. I mean, it was it's not clean, but, it was just a hard-hitting, terrific hockey game.
I thought, that's where you do find, like, there's times when the game's called goalie, not hockey. So, we got to be, just wasn't our night in that regard, maybe. But at the same time, we gave up some of those 14 chances were chances we just were better than giving up. At the same time, you have to look at a talented team in Muskegon, top place on the other side. But I did like our lineup, and I did like the way we played.
Well, and I think you were sitting pretty. They score first, you come back, score, and are leading by 2 goals. In fact, sitting in great shape, up 3-1. It was the 4-on-4 and then 4-on-3 that really just killed you.
Foolish. Winning ways are winning ways, and I think when you take undisciplined, untimely penalties against a top team, there's going to sit a problem, and that's where they took advantage of those parts of the hockey game. And I thought we had our chances and opportunities to climb around and stay around and make that a difference at the end on the other side of it. But when you didn't, you look back at those moments, and it was definitely a moment where our guys were sour because of it.
Well, yeah, because right back at it, they got a shorty on you, and that hurts. I mean, that was a biggie there.
When you look at facts, figures of games, like we can have the chances, we can have all these moments in the game, but we gave up a back-to-back chance goal. We gave up a goal in the start of a third period. We took a penalty on the power play. And just moments like that where you're shooting yourself in the foot, and the more talent the opposition, the more opportunity they're going to have.
Well, you look at that, and you said you had a lot of chances, and you had a lot of chances from different lines. These guys, Nilsson, Niemanen, Krenzen, and Matt Miller all score. None of them are Pospisil, Kelly and Brink, which is a great sign because these guys don't necessarily play together.
Nope, they don't play together. I think that gave us some balance and spread out the way we were around the lineup. I thought it gave us the depth we were looking for to be able to put out, Mills, Groundsy, and Lombardi had a heck of a weekend, and they were able to play against, didn't really matter, basically Muskegon's bottom, third and fourth line, and any of the 4 lines against Madison, and they produced. And not only they produced, they were I thought they were very stingy defensively as well.
Yeah, it just seemed like, and yes, you still have a lot. You have guys. You got Brock Baker on the sideline, and you got the guy named Luke Johnson on the sideline. Oh yeah, Anthony Kerr on the sideline for the weekend. But it just seemed like there was a shot in the arm. I think Dom really helped on that blue line. Obviously, Bobby just made everything comfortable straight down.
He did, Brinker.
Or uncomfortable for the other team.
Yeah, he wins forward of the week for the USHL. Brinker does, and equally, like, just his time of possession, I think, has calmed us offensively. And then Dom on the back end, he's such an elusive skater that just our time spent on offense and possession time, whether from the breakout or keeping pucks alive on the end zone offense or basically transitioning through the neutral zone, he was able to keep so many things alive. So, to your point, we're excited when Johns gets here, and we're excited when Cares gets back, but there's no promise when those dates are coming.
Well, I look at, so Dom has officially 4 games, really 3.5 games.
Right.
He got 7 points.
3 games in a shift.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So, but he's got 7 points in that time. And the other side, I thought he looked very comfortable on top of the blue line on your power play. That puck was moving.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Dom did his part. He looked off players. He had deception up top. I think when he got the puck to either Marcus or Pass or Brinker, like on a flank, on Saturday it's a different look than we had on Friday with Marcus on the flank. Probably like that group better. It's Ab's baby, so I kind of stay out of the way of it. But I think when you start to put Posner on the goal line and the magic that he can happen just by staying over a puck himself, he can almost turn a power play upside down and having the quarterback below the goal line because he can equally run it from behind the net as well.
Yeah, you could almost have 2 quarterbacks in a way. However, if they cut your top off, you have it on the bottom.
That's what happened. I think you watched the pass that Poss made out to Brinker was a magnificent pass, but there's not many guys who can score on a saucer pass that lands on your stick at the contact of puck and stick and still drill it where you aim it.
Yeah, I looked, obviously you had that game, then Madison's game, if we just keep going on it. And it was a disappointing loss, obviously, because you guys played well.
Yep.
But Saturday, Madison, for the first 7 or so minutes, had it in your zone for about at least 6.5 minutes. They came out to play, and tip your cap, they did. And you did give up a goal and weathered a little storm and kind of woke you guys up.
It was a little slap in the face. I think there was, early. Right away, I thought we played at them, and then we went through just a dramatic panic.
Is it just because of different styles or something like that?
I mean, in a nice way, I would say Madison's in the right spot at the wrong time a lot because of they play with energy. They don't play with a lot of structure. You find them scrambling around and almost interfering with passing lanes and body posture. So, and to their point, what they do, they do sandpaper the puck against the wall. They're very hard that way, and then they got rewarded for it with the goal.
Well, you come back and Matt Miller again, great to see, and that line's now clean back together. Groundsy, him, Lombardi, and Nils looks great. Bobby Brink, Marcus Kelly, and Pospisil. I'll give them one more week, and then they're the top line in the league, right?
Yeah.
You got Brink again, Kelly and Kelly again, then Lombardi at the end as well. Those are all lines participating, and all lines at times really controlling.
Yeah, I thought our motorcycle line here of Nelson, Lombardi, and Grounds, we got this new celebration deal they've got going on when they score.
Is that what that is? I have no idea. They're popping a wheelie or something?
Popping a wheelie on a motorcycle. It's pretty...
enough to tick off the other team.
They should. I mean, I can tell you that if I'm on the other bench, I'm sour about it. But they actually won MVP in practice today, and they had to do the motorcycle lap themselves around the lake. So
now, it was Groundsy and Lombardi. Did they teach Nils that one? Or what?
I don't think he ever rode a motorcycle. So
you don't know what
we're going to bring him Evel Knievel tomorrow, see if he knows what that even is. So, but it's one of Grounds. Groundsy is wired to play with emotion and passion about what he does. Lambeau, he couldn't be happy for Lambeau. He goes about his business. He went on a little drought there for a bit. He was a little worried about what's going on and how it's going to be, and then he settled in and made plays that way. So that group gave us a very big time performance, I think, on both games personally.
I look at all your lines, and then I think you just found some good freedom for Neiman with Melky at center, and then now McCabe is your new player.
Yeah, I thought Friday it's funny because Devin McCabe knew number 20, stick smart, hockey sense wise, probably is going to get you. Well, he's going to get used to the maybe the pressure and the energy that we play with compared to where he came from. But I thought he settled in very well. He made so many subtle plays, and then to get it rewarded right away with an assist to Neiman's goal by just earning the puck up the wall. He just did some like undercover, really nice hockey plays that I think just to melt into a group on what he got here. Let's see, he got here Wednesday night at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Practiced Thursday, played Friday, Saturday. That's a pretty good job for a kid to jump into a new seat and find his way.
A different style, a different team, and probably a lot less minutes than he was probably used to.
That part was big. I think that part actually caught him off guard, like not being over the boards as much as he had been in Lincoln. So that takes it changes your mentality about what you bring to the table too.
Well, and maybe he wasn't, his first year with Lincoln, there was different production and different bodies. This year it was kind of him and two other guys.
Yeah, and I think just as Devlin's going to get settled here, our guys around him, our usefulness for him, I think, night 2, you see him in the power play, gave that group sustainable offense as well, playing off a half wall and doing some different looks with that group. So we'll find more useful time and spaces for Devlin. At the same time, we keep talking about it, but it's slotting some other players in the right spot longer and giving them more success.
This is the Musketeer Coaches Show, and it's right here at Bob Rose Point After. It's where good times gather. We talk Musketeer hockey, and we also talk about different events that take place with the Musketeers, and I want to push it out there again this week. Is Face Off for Charity is around the corner. In fact, it's coming up towards the end of this month, the 28th. It's a Thursday. It's at the Tyson. The Musketeer players will be the servers. If you don't know anything about it, well, where have you been? It's been going on for a long time, and it's just something I want to encourage everybody to come out. I mean, even if you're not bidding or are doing that kind of stuff, you'll have a fun time.
It's awesome. Obviously, the Boys and Girls Home and what they do and how they serve is a unique setting. And our guys had a chance to go over there last Thursday. It was a very eye-opener is obviously the easy one to say, but almost humbling like what's going on in others' lives and how close they are to be able to help it. I thought there was definitely the attraction of our guys and then just the maturity of what they want to see. And some of them came by the rink the day before, and kids are great. They're trying on gear. They're having a good time. And, it's real world, and it's real world stuff. And so if we can be a part of it and help it, and we want to raise some money. So come on out. I think it's $300 a table. Auction.
And $25 a ticket. If you just want to come, if you only got a couple of you or whatever.
Come with two of you or whatever it is. And but yeah, the validity of it is real.
Oh, yeah. And then you have fun doing it because they have the silent auction to start. Then they go into a dinner, and the tips the kids raise are going to the cause. And then the live auction, that's Randy Stabe, and then the weekend, and you finish off by jerseys. What jerseys are you guys auctioning off? I don't even know.
I'm not even sure.
Not in your wheelhouse there.
I stay out of that area right there. But I think it was almost when our guys went there and had a chance to sit down and see it and learn more about it and kind of take a deeper dive. I think the reality set in of serving tables that they were raising money. So I've heard a few of them come around with some strategies already to try to outdo others as far as raising money goes. So let's bring your wallet for the tips.
There is, there's some attitude, which is good. I mean, there's certain guys on this team, and every year I've been a part of it. I know I could pick like 3 horses to come in top on tips because they're going after it.
Oh yeah, they're going to make this as competitive as anything gets competitive. So hopefully they don't spill it on anyone. That's kind of the
is a key.
Keep the tray off customers.
Yeah, well, you know what? They're not professional.
No, they're not. That should be marked early. But no, it'll be a great event, and what, like I say, the service that happens there is exceptional.
Well, let's jump a little bit into, okay, I'll hit this as well, because I have to hit this again and again and again, because it's all part of hockey. Anthony Kerr right now, is this a day-to-day?
More day-to-day. I think he's probably closer than further, but it's ribs, so ribs are just no fun. I mean, he's, every time I think he thinks he feels a little bit better, he tries a new movement that he hasn't quite had the guts to try before, and it sets him to orbit. So, yeah, there's some wincing and some standing up and some grimace on his face there. So we'll see. Like he begged for practice not to have the injured jersey on, and he went through full practice today, and it got more than competitive at times. So he survived the day. What that reacts and shapes up for him tomorrow will be interesting to see.
And then Luke Johnson, we're another week into it.
Yeah, I mean we're another week into. I think it happened on the 12th, if I'm not mistaken, of January. The injury did. So, you're talking. We're coming
4 weeks.
We're coming on 4 weeks, and you're looking at minimally 2 more without trying really. So.
Without even pushing it.
Without pushing it, and there's going to be, I think, a little bit of right to refuse to make sure, let's make sure you're extremely healthy before we do this high ankles, and then they just repeat themselves if you don't, take care of them the first time.
Yes, they do, and then you lose them for another 6 weeks. It's not like you go, oh, by the way, we're just going to lose them for a couple days this time.
No. So I know he's been very diligent about his treatment and his rehab and things of that nature. So we'll be on the safe side.
Well, you have some depth at all your positions right now, and how about Brock Baker now? And that was what did he say? No surgery,
no surgery, knee injury, 6 to 8 weeks. So he's probably in week 2 of it as we speak. So Bakes has just got a long haul. I mean, he's will
he be able to even play by then? I mean,
the same deal. Like you're talking knee, you're talking smart, you're talking. Brock is no secret. He'll be back here next year, and darn near if it's not the year after that as well. So we should just be wise about making sure we get the best Brock we can when it's his turn. And to your point, now there is some depth around that is forcing us to let's do this the right way, and at the same time other guys are taking care of their opportunities.
Well, and I look at it as these guys get healthy, there's going to be some challenges for playing time / playing it all in a game without a healthy scratch.
There is for sure. I think the real live bullet part is going to come when guys come back, and if guys are still healthy upon the arrival of these guys coming back into our lineup, who's producing, who's slotting, who fits what, maybe who fits against what opponent we've got going, maybe just getting some guys back to getting on themselves and getting after their game shape.
Well, and we're looking at about a month away, and we might see a couple affiliate guys here too.
You will see a few affiliate guys here. We'll have a special young man. He's young. He's an 02, but Blake Miani will join us here after the Minnesota State tournament. Blake's got a talented future in the game. It'd be a big. I know it's a big comparison, but I mean you're almost putting like we put Brink in the lineup last year.
So I was going to say, I mean, a talented young man. Well, you know what Brink did.
Yeah.
He didn't play that. He came late, and he 2 goals, 2 assists, and was a huge factor in a lot of games.
I think Blake has got a mindset. He's been an offensive player. He's got a responsibility level about his game. If anything, it's going to be the adjustment of being away from home and digging your teeth in, and at the hardest time of the year, because as that goes, that last month it's steep competitive.
Well, it's going to be competitive here.
Yes, it will be.
Down the stretch right now. The Musketeers in action Friday. It's going to be at Omaha on Friday. And then Saturday, the Chicago Steel come to town. Let's get our next break in. We'll come back and talk about Omaha, a team you saw on New Year's. That's been a little ways and a little different look for them, and how competitive they are right now. They're working their butts off down there. So let's get a break in. We'll be right back. This is the Musketeer Coaches Show at Bob Rose Point After. It's brought to you by Knife River and Sioux City Ford.
I'm Neil Pionk, former Sioux City Musketeers player. and we change lives at Face Off for Charity every year. I know this agency's work is important, and it helps many families and children in the Sioux City area.
620 KMNS. Curtis Anderson with the head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers. That is Luke Strand. Musketeers are going to travel down to Ralston Arena coming up on Friday. They take on the Omaha Lancers, a team that's 13-19-2-4, 32 points. We saw them on New Year's. It's a hard-fought battle. It's a hard-fought battle every time you play this team.
They're very dangerous. They work. I think Dave does a good job with his group there. There's no quit in their group. They attack you offensively. They play just on the edge enough to be, if they get some discipline about how they play, like they've got some edge to them.
They play physical. They play strong, physical, bring your lunch pail type stuff.
They do, and they're pretty consistent about it. So it's not like you find a one period like once and one period like another. It's been pretty much a telltale sign. And call spade a spade. They've been as hot or hotter than anyone else in the league.
They have been playing. They've moved some parts already this year, but maybe they moved the right parts so far.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's addition by subtraction. As far as just you're getting a body out, maybe they're not as happy as they would be somewhere else, and that happens. At the same time, he's had good goaltending here. Schmid was gone for a bit there with World Junior and things, but he's come back and been very good. And he's got a younger decor in a lot of ways that I think is just basically taken on time and done successful things with it here.
It's going to go fast now after this weekend. 20 games. It's going to be a sprint.
It will be. It'll be a sprint. It's going to be a sprint. I think we can always look out and see health, and you want guys back, but it's not. It's about your next game, next opportunity to go forward with some things. So that's where our group's at right now. And obviously Chicago added Slavin, who's been there from Lincoln. That's done a dynamite job since he's been there. So they've got another offensive weapon there, and we just got to go play the right way and put ourselves in the right spot here.
Now, what I guess there's all kinds of complications on trade deadlines and stuff like that. What's the next clip? Is there another one coming? Are we done with the Europeans now? Or?
Yeah, that's the 10th, actually. The 6th.
They're all different dates, and I can never explain.
6th is tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow's the last day where it can be pick for a body instead of a body for a body. After the 6th to the 28th, it is body for body. So meaning if one player goes out, one player needs to come back in. Roster sizes stay the same at that point. And, we've got flexibility. We have major flexibility. We've got some of our guys that can play unlimited affiliate games. And, we're going to bring in the Beyondies of the world. And we're going to bring in probably Sam Stang will come back here and get some guys that are coming back that I think will give us some more depth as we, hunt this thing down. And so would there be a move or two? There could still be, for sure. If it makes sense to do the right thing here, then we're going to go after it.
Well, it has to improve you enough above those guys that you have almost,
it does.
Or a missing piece. And right now it seems like those pieces are filling.
They are. I think, just with the health and just guys fitting in, pieces are fitting in. If there was the right player, we'll go after it. If it's not the right player because for all the right reasons, then we really like what we have as well.
Right now you need maybe do a little chasing down to move up the ladder now,
we want to put ourselves in a spot where, you're not playing that first round series on the road and see if we can't get that at home would be one big thing. And I think just playing our best hockey at the right time, and that's coming down the chute to your point of, those 20 games will happen quick. And if you're having success during those last 20, they oftentimes, carry you into good things and between health and winning. That's what you want to enter those playoffs with.
Well, you have a lot of big challenging games too, Coach. I know we're up against it right now, but you got 6 games against Tri-City. I think you got 2 games still against Waterloo. You're done with Des Moines. I'm sure you got more with Sioux Falls.
We do.
I mean, these are all above you.
Oh, yeah, we do, for sure. So that's going to be a big part of what's coming down the pipe, and I think that's they'll end up being teams we play against in the future, so you got to take advantage, and we just want to keep getting better. And there's been lots of moments here right now where our team has improved, just with health, but at the same time, just that continuity.
Yeah, you probably play Fargo at least 7 or 8 more times, right? I'm just kidding.
I do think we have them twice. Though,
yes, you don't have to go there.
Yeah.
unless there's some kind of change in the schedule, because I'd love to go up there at least 2 or 3 more times. Well, might be in the postseason for that matter. We are out of time. Make sure you come out on Saturday and cheer on the Musketeers against Chicago. Of course, we'll have the coverage Friday and Saturday and all the games here on 620 KMNS, iHeartRadio on your smartphone, of course, on Hockey TV as well. So, have a great night. Curtis Anderson and Luke Strand, Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS.